News sources provide descriptions of current events and things that have happened or are happening in your city, region, country, or around the world. A written news article is often relatively short, dated, and it should seek to provide facts on an event with little in-depth insight. A work of analysis or commentary tries to draw connections between a news event and larger issues, trends, or historical, cultural, or political ideas. This line between news and analysis has become more blurred in many cases as we have become more aware of the multiplicity of potential narratives surrounding one event. Corporate news and not-for-profit news, as well as right-wing, centrist, or left-wing news sources all have different cultures of creation and lenses through which they view the world and interpret events. This is of course true for other types of sources as well, including scholarly sources, but the role of bias and perspective in interpretation is often more obvious and dramatic in different types of news sources. Please keep in mind that op-eds or opinion pieces aren't considered news sources even if they're published by news outlets. These types of sources should be labeled op-ed, opinion, perspective, etc. These tend to be written by people with some stake or strong ideological take on an issue, or by professional opinion writers who may be less informed on the specifics of an issue than they position themselves to be. News sources are best used in your research when you're researching something that's very current, because they're some of the quickest sources to publish. Some longer news sources that delve into analysis can provide you with insight and ideas for your research and an argument, but don't forget to read and critique the source and its arguments carefully and thoughtfully, as well as seek outside data or secondary support for claims you might want to cite. Often a recent news article will be cited in a college paper or other research project as a hook or example that the author will use to frame their own arguments and ideas. You can find different types of current and historical news sources via different library databases or on the open web. Librarians are happy to help you identify your source needs, find sources, evaluate your sources, and figure out how you might integrate them into your paper.